Well, good evening, friend. What a privilege and an honor to be with you this particular Wednesday night, Wisdom Wednesday, as one of you shared and coined that term, and I trust that it is. Wherever you are, whoever you are, my hope, my earnest expectation is that you're doing your absolute very best to expect the absolute very best outcome. I said that on purpose because I am the object lesson for tonight's visit. And so let me welcome you from all over the world. Good evening, Corey Lee. How are you? Hi, Don. Good to hear from you. Scott Wilson, what's up, my friend? Hello there, Sherry. How are you? And I believe that's Neo Edwin. How are you? It's so awesome. You folks are making me feel so good. I've been on the road for a few days, and truthfully, I'm lonely, and I have been missing my community of friends. I don't like just talking to you just one time during the week, but one time is better than not visiting with you at all. Hello, Adam. Good to see your name. Hi, Gail. How are you tonight? Scott, what's going on, North Carolina? Hi, Rob. How are you? Good to see you as well. Brooke, good to see you. Good evening, Brooke. How are you? And this one is Tasia. Hi, Tasia. Rob, I'm honored, friend. Just honored that you folks would take a few minutes. And I am excited about what I'm going to talk to you about. Not so excited about the fact that I had to work through some things today. So let me kind of bring y'all up to speed as to what's going on. I am stuck in Washington, D.C., right in the midst of this nor'easter, right? Watch this. Been stuck. Have to get to New York from here. Couldn't get to New York. If you're on the Eastern Seaboard, you don't need an explanation. If you folks are in Philly or in New Jersey or in New York or in Washington, D.C., all the way down the Eastern Seaboard, you need no introduction. If you're not, allow television to introduce you to what's going on here. Let me just give you all an example of what happened here. In the first couple of months of the new year, it had only snowed in Washington, D.C., 3 inches. It snowed 5 inches this morning. 5 inches this morning, according to the Weather Channel that I've been watching all day long. So watch this. Here we go. So your friend here misses a flight. I've got to get to New York. I missed the flight. The airport, Ronald Reagan Airport, is closed down. Amtrak is on a very reduced schedule. The federal government closed shop today. Washington, D.C., at least where I am, right near the White House, is literally at a standstill. And I'm stuck. Remember that word. I'm stuck. I talked to my staff today. Oh, woe is me. I'm stuck. I can't believe the words that are coming out of my mouth. Hey, I'm stuck. What do I do? I'm stuck. Help me. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. That's all I was saying all morning long. All morning long, I was putting myself in an attitude of being stuck. I was literally communicating to myself a reality that really wasn't real. Now, all I talked about for several hours was get me out of this situation. I have things to do. I am stuck. And I did absolutely nothing to change my perspective, which means I didn't change my reality. Oh, baby. I don't like being the object lesson of my own talk, but friend, if this will help somebody tonight, listen to this. Getting stuck, or what we perceive to be stuck, is pretty basic. In other words, it's easy to fall into a rut, isn't it? I fell into a rut just like that. Having a great week, everything going well. All of a sudden, stop. You're stuck. You're in a rut. You tell everybody that. Your brain begins to think, I'm paralyzed, I'm disabled, I'm not active, I'm passive. All of a sudden, I begin to realize, you know what? I'm a victim. Based on my own thinking, watch this, based on my own words based on my own perceived or my own perception. I am stuck. I am in a rut. Friend, listen to me. I had to have a come to Jesus meeting with myself. Here's the reality. I'm not stuck. My flight got canceled, but I'm not stuck. Oh, listen to me. I'm in a hotel room for an extra day, but I am not stuck. Transportation systems have broken down and my trip was canceled, but a delay does not mean a denial. I am not stuck. I'm still alive. I'm still breathing. I still have peace in my heart. I still have joy in my heart. If I make a choice to, that is, which earlier today I was not. Friend, I want to ask you a question. Are you really stuck? Because truthfully, guess what Rick Rigsby learned today? I am really not stuck. You know what I am? Temporarily delayed. So temporarily delayed that it affected, I allowed it to affect my perception. Do you remember what I said several weeks ago? If all you see is what you see, then you don't see all there is that needs to be seen. All I could see for several hours was that I wasn't moving forward until I realized that I had every potential to move forward. I had every tool to move forward. Once I realized that I wasn't stuck, guess what? I had one of the most productive days sitting in this office with the Weather Channel in the background that I have had in a long time. I got many, many things accomplished. My brain wasn't stuck. My body wasn't stuck. I was able to exercise. Is that being stuck? No. I was able to think clearly. Is that being stuck? No. I finally got to the point where I could make some choices. Is that being stuck? No. Friend, I was not stuck. I was allowing a very slight glimpse of an overall not so big issue literally cause me to suffer paralysis. I was allowing a myopic view of a temporary situation to produce in my heart the label called victim, called passive, called woe is me, called boo-hoo-hoo. Friend, it just blew me away how easily I went from peace last night to, oh, I'm stuck. What do? I can't do anything. Just like that. I'm ashamed to share that. I really am. But maybe somebody can get help by this. So I came up with 3 things to help me. You probably won't find these in a psychology book, but here they are. Number 1, Rick, get real. Get real. Write these down, would you? Number 1, get real. And what do I mean by that? I'd ask myself, Ricky, are you really stuck? And the answer is no. Stuck means zero movement. You know what I find interesting? I remember back in those days right after I lost my first wife. And every time I would look in the mirror, I didn't see any movement. As a matter of fact, all I saw was a person who was stuck. You want to know the reality? The reality is there was movement, but my pain did not allow me to see the movement. My circumstance did not allow me to sense that there was movement. Isn't that interesting? What am I saying? I think when we get stuck here, right here, it has the potential to paralyze everything else. But what if we could make a choice to change our thinking just slightly? In other words, what if we, in the midst of the next situation we find ourselves in, what if we could just proclaim to ourselves, get real? Get real. In other words, am I really stuck? Am I really not moving at all? And what I realized was that I was not stuck. I could order room service. I could walk down to the restaurant if I wanted to. I could take the elevator down and work out on the treadmill or the bicycle. I could walk over to the window behind me and look at the snowflakes gently falling from the sky onto the ground. I could turn on music and I could pray. I could meditate. I took a nap this afternoon. I haven't taken a nap since the Jackson 5 were together. I mean, I did all kinds of things. I am not stuck. And once I got it here, once I got real, things began to change. Number one, Rick Rigsby, get real. I'm talking to myself tonight. Number two, get right. Get right. You know what it meant for me? Regaining a proper perspective. All I saw was getting stuck. But let me tell you something. If all you see is what you see, then you don't see all there is. It needs to be seen. Once I got right, once I regained the perspective, I began to realize something. Can't do anything about a canceled flight, but I can sure do a whole lot about the quality of my life in this hotel. Friend, I prayed. I read scripture. I meditated. I was singing songs. I had my own concert in here. I was singing songs. I worked out. I took a nap. I looked out the window. I went for a walk outside just for a few minutes. I'm a Californian living in Texas. Can't handle that cold too long. But I did walk outside. I felt that cold air on my skin. I was able to breathe in that cold air, fill my lungs, take deep breaths. I read, and I spent about 4 hours today doing dedicated work that is not being stuck. Come on, Rick. Get real so that you can get right. How do you get right? You change your perspective. Tonight, maybe some of you need to change your perspective. I would ask you, are you really stuck? Get real and ask yourself, are you really not moving at all whatsoever? Because remember, being stuck means zero movement. And once you can get real, get right. Slow yourself down tonight. If you're feeling stuck, slow yourself down and meditate for 1 minute. Pray for 1 minute. Sing a song. You know what I find fascinating? What I find fascinating to me is watching the behavior of toddlers. Because toddlers have this euphoric sense of hope all the time. They just expect that things are going to work in their favor. Mindset. Somebody had to shift us from that toddler mindset to our current mindset. Mindset, right? Something shifted us. Better said, we made a choice to shift, right? And we can make a choice to shift back. So number one, get real. Number two, I had to get right. And number three, I had to get rolling. I love this. I had to tell myself, Rick, get real. Man, you're not stuck, brother. Come on. Number two, I had to get right. I had to regain a perspective. Then I had to do something. I had to get rolling. Watch this, friend. Let me challenge you. Change your routine. As small as it might be, just make a change. Change your routine. Change your route to work. Change your workout route. If you're stuck on one machine, which trainers tell us to never do that, don't ever allow muscle memory to take place. If you're stuck on one routine, one exercise routine, dare yourself to change it up tomorrow. Change a habit. Rick, what are you saying? Do you know that changing things will rewire your brain? It will introduce new potential for creative flow just by making changes, by not doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm gonna challenge you to do? Exactly what I did today. I have a nice pair of leather boots that I have on this trip. I walked through a puddle. Oh, baby. Yeah, got some scuffs on the side of them. Yeah, probably going to have to spend a whole $5 to get them shined up. Do you know how great it felt to walk through a puddle? All I did was say, why not? Socks are going to be wet, might even smell bad, but there's something about this 62-year-old that wanted to feel like a 5-year-old today. I made one little change, and it's priceless, the smile that was brought to my face. Get rolling. Do something. Rick, what in the world are you talking about tonight? Friend, I would venture to say that most of us are not stuck. We just think we are. Oh, baby. We just think We are. Do you know I have met some of the most joyous people in the world, and they're serving life sentences behind bars. The rest of the world would say you're in prison, you're stuck. But that's not what they're saying. They're saying freedom is not a pragmatic condition. Freedom is a condition of the heart. I say it this way. Within us, and I had to remind myself of this today, is a quality that has the potential to place a transformative demand upon our heart to believe for the absolute best outcome. I went from the perception of being stuck to having one of the best days that I've had in a long time. How did I do that? I got real, I got right, and I got rolling. Oh, baby! I got to calm down, y'all. I'm so excited. Let me just encourage you. You might not be stuck. What you might need is a little jolt of reality. Get real. Ask yourself, am I really stuck? Get right. Change your perspective and get rolling. Do something. One little change in your lifestyle will encourage the juices of creativity to feed your brain in a way that your heart will explode with passion. Get real, get right, get rolling. That's what I learned today. Let me take care of some housekeeping before I say so long to you folks. I have this great opportunity to appear on a show, and I just would be honored if my Facebook community could find a moment to watch. The show is titled Making Money. It's hosted by Charles Payne. It's on the Fox Business Network. I will be a live studio guest on Friday night, this Friday night, between 6 and 7. My segment will only be 5 or 6 minutes, between 6 and 7 Eastern. And I know what you're thinking. Why are you talking about making money? I'm not. But apparently, Mr. Payne saw my video and wants me to come on and talk about hope and opportunity. And so I'm honored to be able to address a national studio, or rather a national audience. And I could really use your support and your encouragement. I know this sounds strange, but just knowing that some of y'all are watching will really encourage me. And so once again, that's Making Money with the host Charles Payne on the Fox Business Network. I'll be a live studio guest this Friday night, sometime between 6 and 7 Eastern. If you have a moment, tune in. If not, I get that. I understand. And then the travel schedule doesn't get any less demanding. And so I was talking to my office this week, and we looked at next Tuesday as the next time that I could come to you and have a chance to talk with you. So if you can put in your notifications, next Tuesday, 7 o'clock Central. I'm not sure where I'll be, but we saw a window, and anytime I see a window, I want to reserve it so that I can spend that time with you. And so if you will note those two things in your calendar, that would be super. Friend, I have to tell you, I'm so excited. I'm so energized. In the words of that song, I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. About to lose control, and I think I like it. And it had to do with realizing that my flight was delayed, but I'm not stuck. I had to get real so that I could get right, so that I could get rolling. I hope this has been an encouragement to you. Maybe this was just for Rick Rigsby, but maybe one other person out there has been encouraged. It's called hope. That's what I'm talking about. It's a lifestyle, and I would encourage it. In fact, I highly recommend it as your lifestyle. So until next week, friend, be blessed. Be blessed. Be encouraged. Remind yourself tonight that you might be delayed, but you're not being denied. You might have missed a flight, but you're not stuck. You might have had a difficult time, but you can adjust your brain, ask yourself, what can you learn, and take baby steps to move forward. What are baby steps, Rick? Getting real, getting right, so that you can get rolling, so that you can do something. Friend, it's been an honor, a bit of an embarrassment, but an honor to be the object lesson tonight. May you be blessed. May you be filled with peace. I can't wait to visit with you again. I'm hoping to get to New York tomorrow. If not, I'm going to change my thinking, change my attitude, get real, get right, and roll and change the way that I live my life in very simple ways, in very meaningful ways, to me, in very profound ways. It's called hope as a lifestyle. I'll talk to you real soon. Didn't mean to keep you this long, but I'll talk to you soon.